Hi, I'm Michelle. I work at Dunedin City Library. Welcome to Stamp of Approval. Today I want to share with you an audiobook called The Testaments. It's written by Margaret Atwood. It's also available in hard copy and eBooks, so we've got you covered. The Testaments is a sequel to her novel The Handmaid's Tale, and you really do need to be familiar with it to get a grasp on the Testaments. I watched The Handmaid's Tale on TV, and I was both horrified and enthralled by it. Gilead is a very disturbing place. But I became addicted to it very quickly, and like many others, I want to know what became of Gilead. Margaret Atwood is an award-winning author and writes an extremely good book, but a good book doesn't necessarily translate into a good audiobook. So much depends on the narrator. Usually, with audiobooks, there is one reader who does all the characters' voices. But in the Testaments, each main character has its own narrator, and this works really well. Not giving away too much of the plot, there are two young women who read out their own witness statements about the things that happened to them in Gilead. And then there is Aunt Lydia, who we have previously met in The Handmaid's Tale. Now she's a piece of work, and her sweet grandmotherly voice is such a juxtaposition to her character, it is chilling. She reads out her own diary entries, and we discover why and how she became Aunt Lydia, and ultimately how she uses her far-reaching powers. I didn't find the Testaments quite so disturbing as The Handmaid's Tale, or maybe I'd just become used to the violence of Gilead, but it was just as addictive. 5 out of 5 for this gripping audiobook. If you'd like to try it and you've never had an audiobook before, you'll need to get BorrowBox onto your device. You can get this from the App Store or Google Play, depending on what sort of device you have. You'll need your library card number and your PIN, which for most of us is our birth dates. If you're not sure, there is a really good tutorial. If you go to our webpage, under Digital Resources, scroll down and you'll find the tutorials for different devices. Go on, give it a go, you'll love it. Bye for now.